We just took over the entire shop for 1 weekend to do something we've never attempted before. 3 Honda Fits with 3 completely different levels of paint damage from the California sun, with one massive challenge. Can we transform these daily drivers and prove to the community that no matter how destroyed a car looks, it can still look absolutely incredible? Welcome to the Honda Fit Special. Why would anyone spend money protecting a 14-year-old Honda Fit? This is why. If you own a Honda Fit, you already know these cars are meant to run forever. But the paint, not so much. With the engines meant to last well into 300,000 miles, Honda's paint starts giving up after only 10 years. My name is Noah, founder and co-owner of Dragon Auto, and after helping protect over 3,400 vehicles and becoming one of the country's highest rated Icon Rocklear installers, we've helped countless car enthusiasts that love their vehicles but hate how their paint currently looks. Today, we're going to make sure that this Fit's exterior matches its bulletproof reliability, so it'll stay looking this good as long as it stays on the road. All right, so were there any areas on here that, okay, so I know that there was the roof.
Yeah, the roof was, I think we're going to wrap the roof, the grill, the hood, and the wing.
Okay. Let me feel it. Okay. Just like a little bit left in a few areas,
Yeah,
but that's all right. Okay, no, you're good. For the most part, it's pretty solid.
Hard to tell because the clear coat was coming off the carbon fiber already.
Yeah.
When I painted it, so I wasn't sure. I didn't want to go too deep because I know you can start degrading the carbon fiber, but
Yeah.
I didn't know how much I should rub off. But
Yeah. And then we were doing flat black, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Black. And then we talked about doing the window weld, the window lining as well. I took the visors off, so there's a little 3M still on there.
No worries. I got adhesive remover for that, so that's no sweat.
Yeah, we replaced
I do
all
have a
this
trimmer
black.
store for all the trim.
So we were gonna do all this black.
But you painted this, right? The housing and everything.
No, that's OEM.
Oh, it's really OEM?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, because Jen's came like super chrome. Everything's
Oh, really?
chrome.
Yeah. So OEM is chrome is 2009 to 2011 Sport, or maybe it's 2010, and then so like 11 to 14 is black housing on the Sport, and then all the base models got gray housing.
Yeah.
So there's like 3.
Her dad, like a couple years ago, bought a new set of headlights. Maybe he ordered the wrong set and it was like all chrome. That's why I was confused, because on Amazon I saw that they have like a version that was fully blacked already, even down to the orange ambers.
Oh really?
Yeah, they had like a smoked like amber.
Yeah, it was like 175.
Oh shit.
both.
That's
So,
not bad at all either.
Yeah.
All right, so first we have Felix's Honda Fit. 12 years of California sun have done their number on the paint. Some spots are so bad we can't even fix them, like the roof and the spoiler. We're gonna have to put some colored film on there to help bring it back. This is unfortunately what happens when the sun gets to the paint first, but the areas we can save, we're gonna polish them out and hit them with Rocklear again so it seals it in and it does not happen in the future. Let's head on over to the wash bay and get this started. We are ready now to start the next stage of the prep process. So I have the Icon Rocklear Rick compound that we put onto our heavy compounding pad to make sure that we can properly prep the surface, get out any deep imperfections, any road film, or any previously applied sealants or ceramic coatings, so that way Rocklear can bond properly. On top of that, we're also going to be putting on a permanent trim coating here that we need to properly clean and prep these dirty old trims with. So Jen has the Power Clean detergent cleaner that we are going to rub into the trim to get all that built up dirt and gunk out of there, because trim is porous. We need to extract that. And then also, if we take a closer look over here, we have some Goo Gone, we're going to need to use this for the trim up here because he had a window visor on previously and the double-sided tape is all stuck on there. So we're going to scrape that off using a plastic razor and the Goo Gone to get it cleaned and prepped for that trim coating, while me and Huang are also going to be compounding the paint. So areas like this are another reason why we have to compound the car first. This is not going to be a thing on new cars, but on older cars like this, you can see here that this upwards area of the rear bumper was facing towards the sun. So the roof was obviously the worst area that got the most, and that's why it's like borderline peeling. But over here, we got some pretty bad fading. And if I just put Rocklear directly onto this, it's not going to fix it. I need to remove the uppermost layer of clear coat. That's kind of like a dead clear coat. I have to remove that with the compound, level it down a little bit, and then apply the Rocklear later so that we can get it as close to brand new as possible. Over here as well, I was in the middle of polishing this door and I saw that there are some deeper scratches. So I may have to go back over these with some wet sanding. I wanted to see first if the compounding would remove it. So where I just wiped with my finger, there's a nice little white scratch right there along with a few others. And I will most likely come back with the sandpaper if the compounding doesn't fully remove those. Once again, if I just try to be lazy with it and I slap the compound on or I just slap the Rocklear on and call it a day, I'm not going to get as good of a result if I did the proper prep, which is leveling that scratch down first with the sandpaper and then going through with the rest of the steps. Now that we finished compounding it, let's see how good it looks. That's like a night and day difference. I wanted to highlight how good most of the areas already look. So we saw some level of fading and oxidation on the carbon fiber hood here. And now up close, we've pretty much gotten rid of all the swirls and the fading. The thing is though, if we don't put some protection on at the very end, this is just going to come back in a couple years of sun exposure. So that's why it's so important that we seal it in using Icon Rocklear, which out of all my years of using products to seal and protect things, is the strongest, longest lasting form of protection I have ever witnessed. 15 years, that's fully lab tested. Let's check out some of the other areas of paint that look fantastic already too. I think back here, this pillar looks fantastic. So it's a higher area that was exposed to more sunlight before I put the sun on it. You know, I'm kind of like looking over here and stuff. I don't really see a lot of swirl marks. I don't see a lot of fading. And then if I go up close, we can see that we have some compounding defects, right? So that abrasive from the Icon Rocklear compound is actually so, let's say, aggressive that it still leaves behind a little bit of like haziness. But fortunately, because the Icon Rocklear self-leveling properties, it is just going to fill that in for us. Once again, though, if we didn't put any protection on this to permanently seal it in, it would just come back because that fading is a sign that the clear coat is probably going to start going out in a couple years, which is basically the state that the roof is in right now. So it is good that we did the prep and we got it looking this good because now we put the Rocklear on, it is going to look almost brand new. The gloss levels are going to be back to crazy.
As you can see there, that's about as good as it's going to get. I threw it on because it's better than nothing before we put the colored PPF on top, just to kind of help like seal in a little bit of the exposed carbon fiber and stuff and give me more of like a flatter finish for me to adhere the PPF to. But once again, this is why we got to get the stuff before it reaches this point. It's all about prevention. Like, what happens when you're in the sun all day long without sunscreen? You get a sunburn. Our cars being parked outside all the time are subjected to the same kind of damage from UV rays, which is why you need to put things like a wax or a sealant, a ceramic coating, or Icon Rocklear on there to protect it. The only thing is that most of the other solutions you have to keep reapplying, but we don't want to have to keep doing that. So Rocklear you put on once and you're done with it. Besides that, the whole rest of the car cleaned up freaking beautifully. I mean, like, you can't even tell it's the same car anymore. Like, the hood over here, you get that shot of it from this angle over here, Josh. You look at the hood. Looks super, super wet. Nice mirror finish on there. Even though the roof was basically ruined, from where I'm standing in person, this doesn't really catch my attention anymore. I'm not drawn to looking at it because the car is just so shiny. I can still tell it's there, but it did get a little bit better. So the roof still looks really, really glossy. All these other side panels, like, cleaned up beautifully. And the bumper was just freaking drastic transformation. Is that really the same 15-year-old car? Sure doesn't look like it.
All right, so we're almost done with the colored PPF job on the spoiler, roof, and hood. This thing already looks completely different. The areas that were totally fried from the sun earlier look almost factory fresh now. And wait until you see this cleaned up under the showroom lights, because you're gonna think that we swapped cars on you. Let's see how this turned out. She's coming.
Damn, man.
All right, see the bumper?
Yeah, you guys fucking killed it.
Go stand like right. On the face instead.
Okay.
God damn. Oh. It looks amazing, man. You guys fucking killed it.
Nice.
Holy
Like, dude,
shit.
it highlighted the purple so well in the back there.
It looks so fucking sick. God damn. Yeah, this is beautiful. It was really incredible.
Yeah, on the video, doing this one first was crazy because it looked like literally night and day.
Yeah.
When we applied it over, you could see all the purple like even come out. That's why it was almost nearly changing color.
Sick as hell.
So it's like better than the day you got it?
Oh my god, yeah. 10 times better, 100 times better. This shit is crazy. It really looks amazing, man.
Yeah,
You guys
but
killed
my
it.
favorite part, bro, because like I've been doing this a lot longer, you know, paint corrections and stuff like that, and it's like we clean it up, make it look better, then you got to maintain it again later. You got to get it repolished or like re-waxed and stuff, and it just doesn't last the same amount of time.
Yeah.
But it's gonna stay looking this way. So it's not just the first date, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's the girl that stays good long into marriage, right?
Yeah. You know, we want to make this last.
And then these two, the plastic on there, it's got a little bit of residue from the PPF solution,
Yeah.
but it brought the black back really nicely.
Yeah, that looks amazing. Oh, wow.
My favorite is to look at a quarter angle like this from far away, and then you see the lights reflecting off the sides.
Oh my God.
A crazy mirror finish.
Yeah, I've never seen the paint look like this. This is definitely above and beyond.
Even online, when I see photos of this color, man, it's like more black than it is purple. And I feel like that has to do with the fading and stuff.
Yeah. It looks like a different car. It really does. It's really incredible what you guys did.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
We try our best.
Yeah, this is
Plus, I think too, like, fits are not worth a full body respray unless you go to like Mako. So I'm more than happy to start trying to like do this discount. We do it for Miatas as well, because I love working on Miatas. We also love working on fits. And so any fit owners that hit us up, there's way more of a satisfying transformation. Plus the owners are going to be super stoked. Alrighty, let me pull it out of the showroom for you.
Of course.
I'm just going to leave this on you real quick.
Yeah.
And flip it right there.
So clean. God damn. Going crazy.
Bro, come over here with the
Yeah.
sunlight.
Oh my gosh. Holy shit, man.
Right there.
Oh
Boom.
my god. That's amazing.
All right, 1 Honda Fit down, 2 to go. But this thing made me rethink the limits of what we might be able to save. I'm not gonna spoil it too much. Eric's black Honda Fit next weekend is about to humble us really quickly. Good news is that we got some incredible sunset shots of all 3 fits at the end. So fit owners, you're not gonna wanna miss this one.